Now today, Triumph announced a whole bunch of special paint jobs for the Bonneville lineup in the form of their new Icon editions. So in this video, we'll go through all of the details with absolutely everything that you need to know. Now these Icon editions will be available for a year only, so they're not limited in number per se, but more so time bound. And I guess the idea is to keep some of these modern classics kind of fresh, but also give people the option to buy something a little bit special if they're willing to pay that extra few £100 on top of the standard bikes. Now they follow on from similar editions that have been held for a year in the past, like the gold lines, which had, as you might guess, a bit of gold lining on them that was painted by hand, or the chrome editions, which again, that one's quite intuitive as to what the finish entailed. In fact, they also last year had the stealth editions, which had a custom looking faded paint job that again was done by hand at the factory, and I actually got to go and have a go at painting one myself, which is the tank you can see here behind me. It looks all right, maybe from a distance, but definitely I've not quite got the knack, if you look up close, to paint Triumph tanks professionally. But yeah, for 2025, they've delved back into the history of Triumph to pull out one of their iconic heritage logos, and that's the common theme here running through these bikes, as well as this kind of traditional color palette. The logo, they say, actually dates right back to 1907, and it was only used for 7 years. And so this, they say, is the first time in over 100 years that the logos appeared on official Triumph bikes. Now for this model year, there are 7 Bonnies in the lineup that get this as an option. And so we'll start with the T100, which is one of the more traditional looking bikes in the lineup and uses the 900 version of the Bonneville parallel twin. In Triumph's word, they say that this one captures the spirit of a British classic with an aluminium silver finish enhanced by deep sapphire black accents on the tank and side panels, which create an understated and relaxed retro style. Hand-painted black coach lining and a gold Triumph 1907 script logo complete the look and is ideal for those who appreciate timeless style with modern capability. The T120, of course, is the bigger sibling to the T100, so it gets the more powerful 1200 version of the engine, as well as a few other key distinctions like the fact that it gets twin brake discs up front as opposed to the single disc on the 900 bikes. This one gets a deep sapphire black tank paired with silver accents and hand-painted gold detailing. If you want something a little more rugged looking though, you might want to look at something like the Scrambler 900, which gets all of the hallmarks of the Scrambler genre, so the spoke wheels, the high exhaust, wide bars, and protective bits like the handguards. For the Icon edition, this one gets bold tank colors, an aluminium silver tank stripe with a unique Icon graphic, and the iconic 1907 Triumph script logo, creating a striking contrast against the sapphire black mudguards. Hand-painted coach lining enhances its distinctive look, making it a standout choice for urban and off-road riding enjoyment. Now, like the T100 and T120 being the 2 flavors of that particular bike, the Scramblers are also available in both the 900 and the 1200cc engine. The Scrambler 1200X, which was new for last year, offers a little more power and spec, of course, versus the Scrambler 900, but it's still very manageable in stature and stays predominantly road focused. Now they say this one has a contrasting aluminium silver and sapphire black paint scheme adorning the tank, which complements its bold and adventurous character. The tank features brushed aluminium details and hand-painted lines that frame the twin black tapered tank stripes and knee cutouts. The bold gold 1907 Triumph script logo and the exclusive Icon logo add a distinctive touch. Now the Scrambler 1200XE is perhaps, I would say, the ultimate Scrambler in terms of spec and off-road capability, with a bit of a taller stance, more travel in the suspension, things like top-notch Brembo style Lemma brakes, and also more electronics, so it's got lean sensitive rider aids and lots of modes and things like that. This one, they say for the Icon edition, gets phantom black wrapping around either side of the silver tank to form 2 tapered stripes to show its athletic shape, whilst the gold anodized forks complement the hand-painted gold lining and the gold of the 1907 logo on the tank. The only real downside with that bike is that it is massively tall at 870mm, so if you're more so someone who likes to be able to reach the floor easy and fancy something lower slung, then you might want to look at the Bobber. This is a cruiser style bike, of course, with the 1200 engine, and it's got such a great look to it, a brilliant silhouette, mainly owing to the fact that it's got that big balloon front tyre and also the floating single seat. Now in Triumph's words, this Icon edition retains its minimalist appeal with a predominantly black scheme, although you've got silver hand-painted accents and a gold Triumph 1907 script logo on the tank, which combined with the 16-inch fat front wheel and the chunky 47mm front forks create a look that's made to turn heads and stand out on every ride. I will say though, the Bob is not necessarily the most practical or comfortable bike, so if you want a Bonneville cruiser but something that is built for longer days in the saddle perhaps, then the Speedmaster definitely fits the bill. It's a similar chassis to the Bobber, but it's a little more traditional in the looks, and it gets a passenger seat for 2-up riding, as well as these big wide beach style bars that give it a very comfortable and upright riding position. Now this one is finished in silver across the tank and mudguards, and the tank is finished with a central sapphire black stripe, the gold Triumph script logo, the exclusive icon graphics, and also hand-painted coach lining, which they say gives it the finishing touch, making it perfect for long, relaxed rides where both comfort and style matter. There are some Bonnevilles missing from these icon editions though, like the newly updated Speed Twin 900 and 1200, but to be fair, having only just been announced for the 2025 model year, they don't really need a special paint job to keep them fresh. Also, they have taken a slightly more modern direction with those two bikes, and so they probably wouldn't really suit such a heritage-inspired finish like this one. As for the pricing, well, it's similar to previous editions like the Chrome or the Stealth, with a 600 quid premium on the base black version of the 900 bikes, or 800 for the 1200 bikes like the T120, Scrambler 1200s, and the Bobber and the Speedmaster. So look, it is a decent chunk of cash on top of the base price of the bike, but if you do like the more old school look, and if you like the idea of owning something that won't be sold year in, year out, then it may well be worth it to you. As always though, I'd love to know what you think of them, so do let me know down in the comments below, and also which of the Bonnevilles tickles your fancy for 2025. In fact, if you haven't seen it already, I'll put a full guide to the Bonnie lineup on the screen now, so you can give it a click and give it a watch. Do hit subscribe if you want to see more of the latest motorcycle news like this right here on MOTOBOB. A massive thanks for watching today, and we'll see you in the next video.